Doesn't get more community than homecoming.
Not around here, man. The Battlin Billies, the Fredericksburg Battlin Billies. Exciting stuff. We got a coach and a band director right here at Pioneer in Fredericksburg, Texas.
You bet. It's game day, baby.
Game day.
Judge, go deep. Go deep. Go. I promise I'm going to throw it.
That's like Charlie Brown.
Game day, homecoming, Friday Night Lights, the band. Oh, my gosh. Did I leave anything out?
It's one of my favorite things.
Homecoming king and queen going to be crowned.
Big ball game we go to tonight. Yeah, can't wait to hear what Coach Wilder's got to say about the team. And I'm really excited, too, about having Brian on, our local band director. Good stuff. And
I guess competition's coming up real soon. For the band,
for the the marching band, he's got the jazz band, and
district starts tonight.
Also, St. Mary's Apaches is homecoming now, and so it's homecoming week for the Apaches as well, and so just exciting time around Fredericksburg.
You bet. Speaking of excitement, what you going to give away? What do we got?
I got a...
Oh, I see it back here. Battlin Billies colors.
Battlin Billies colors, of course.
Of course.
Let's see what we got today. Actually, we got Liz. So we got Liz, one of our regulars. Exciting stuff.
Yeah. Maybe going forward, we tell people put their first, last name and maybe a phone number.
You need a drum roll? Did you already draw?
I already drew.
Oh, did you announce it?
Yeah.
What was I doing?
Where have you been?
You were playing with the football.
I was playing with the football. Oh, and as I understand it, Ashley said JD's going to play with this. And
Yeah.
you were right, Ashley. So, all right. But yeah, big show. Looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Hey, don't miss Ghost Town tonight, right here.
Right.
This
here,
very
Pioneer.
bar.
Yep.
We're going to do some classic rock, lay some Texas country on you. So after the homecoming festivities, come on, local yokels. Ghost Town going to rock the house tonight.
Yep.
Looking forward to it.
Good stuff.
Well, Judge, like we said in the intro, man, you can't get more excited, and there's not more community excitement than homecoming.
Homecoming. We're right here. It's the town's all abuzz. It's a fun week here in Fredericksburg. So, yeah, good
I know
stuff.
the homecoming queen in their court, which is coming up, is always an exciting part of the festivities.
An exciting thing.
But I want to know from Coach Wilder how he keeps his team focused during events like homecoming and things like that. So we're going to get some answers to some questions.
Get some answers.
From the man.
The man himself in the flesh.
All right, let's bring him on. You ready?
Bring him on.
The head coach of the Fredericksburg Battlin Billy football team. Give it up, Coach Bill Wilder. Billy Pride Morales. How's that for excitement, man?
How was that for a intro?
Not quite as exciting as your
maybe a little
your
over the
halftime
top.
speeches, I'm sure. But we're trying to give you a run for the money.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you in here, Coach. And,
nice to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
So I guess let's just start with that question: how do you keep your team focused? Especially even during the game time. Don't some of the players actually in the past have actually gone to the field to be part of the homecoming king queen court festivities, or no?
Yeah, well,
am I wrong on that?
No, we'll definitely have several guys always on the court and everything like that, and it's part of it, So I guess establishing the routine every single week that this is what we do, this is how we do what we do. We're not going to change. We're not going to, This week we've had, Monday no school, so we practice at 6 a.m. Nothing changes. We're still going to lift weights. We're still going to go through everything that we do. And then this week, you've got homecoming coming up. It's exciting, but at the same time, it's also your very first week at district.
That's what I was going to say, district.
So I mean, kind of that's the that. Believe it or not, my focus is really on the
Uvalde.
Game. Yeah, Uvalde.
You're not concerned about dancing.
Well,
I'm dancing for Coach.
I haven't polished my shoes up or anything, my dancing shoes, but I know it's a big deal to the kids, and I want them to have a great time. And when I think back, homecoming's a whole lot better when you win. So
Yes.
that's the main focus for us.
We all played a pretty tough preseason schedule.
Always,
this
yes,
year,
sir.
and that gets the young man prepared for Uvalde and district. So I think that's just a great way to do it, Coach.
Well, I mean, if you want to be good, you have to play really good people, and at some point we have to start kind of clearing the hurdle. We came out. Lampasas was a starting point for us. We had so many injuries and things like that. We had to revamp some things on defense and change up some of the things we've done in the past. But we still got our feet grounded. And I wasn't real obviously pleased with the outcome, but the process was showing that a lot of the kids were, and we had a ton of sophomores playing, but they were getting better every week. And then we came out and had a good showing against Wimberley, came up still 1 touchdown short, and kind of put it all together. Last week against Burnett, they're a good football team. And again, they came out and they started moving the ball on us. Kids bowed their neck down at the very end, stopped them with the field goal. Offense went out and scored. So we started getting our legs back up under us and figuring out, it's a lot more than just calling plays and running them or lining up in a defense. Everybody can drive a car, right? And it's easy to drive a car. And then you get in a car when it's raining and there's, rush hour traffic in San Antonio and people are driving 80 miles per hour and you don't know where you're going all the time, it gets a little intense. And that's kind of the way it is, moving up a level and playing varsity football against really good football teams is things are flying around at a very, very high speed. And so you're called to react and to execute at a high level. So learning how to win is a process as much as, anything else. And I think that we're well on the way of learning how to win now.
Well, that was a fun game last week.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was a good time.
Kids stepped up and made plays when we needed plays.
Yes,
that was a big deal that we kept seeing. We had interceptions. We got the ball back at the end of the game. When they were scrambling around and we got a sack and we turned the ball over, or we didn't turn the ball over. We forced a turnover from them. So, you have to make plays. Being in the right place is great. Being in the right place, making a play. And we had several kids come back from injuries and things like that. So that was the most complete team that we've had the entire season. We've had up to 13 kids out this season.
Wow, that's crazy.
So we still have quite a few still on the sidelines, but we're little by little starting to get everybody back.
But momentum going into district.
You got to love momentum.
And that's huge. Taking Mr. Ball in there with you.
Oh, yeah.
You'll take that, I bet.
I always take a little bit of confidence. And you got to keep the ball rolling. You got to do the things that got you there. And, take nothing for granted. Absolutely. You win a ball game, you take nothing for granted. It's like today is a brand new day. You can celebrate. Next morning, we're going back to work. So,
and it's a new season, like we always talk about.
Yeah, it's 0-0
right now. The district season
now
begins. You can put everything behind you now and
a whole new thing.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, looking forward to it.
Well, you got the community behind you, Coach. I mean, people are excited this week, and really they have been all season, but really homecoming just kind of brings it all together.
All the little festivities and things like that. That builds that community excitement too.
People are excited.
And if you haven't been here for a few years, I guess this will be my 15th season.
15.
What's really exciting to me too, one of the things I love is, when guys come in from out of town and, former players, and you see them down by the gate and you get a chance to visit with those guys and see them, and you just you're like, wow, these are no longer kids. These are, I know some kids that played for us, the Moore triplets, I think they celebrated their 29th birthday last week. And I'm going, how can they be 29 if I'm still the same age? And, but, the two boys and their sister, it's just, what a huge part of this community the Moore family's been, and to see these.
Christy's just such a jam.
Yeah, well, yeah, she runs. She keeps me straight. Without her, I'm definitely in trouble. And so Miss Moore's always there keeping me straight, and Stephen's there doing announcing and everything. So you talk about community, that's a big part of it. It's the families that have been here, the former players and participants in all different phases of. And getting to come back and be a part of it.
And you always talk about, and I like this, that, football is one thing, but raising these men or teaching these men life lessons to be good husbands, good fathers. That's really what it's all about. Work ethic. I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah, in the long run, I mean, you know, sports are great. Love competition, love those things. I think they develop the attributes of discipline, of commitment, of work ethic, of failure. You got to learn how to bounce and be resilient, and it doesn't always work out how you want it to be. And, you know, and just that grit to stay after it. I mean, if you've been married and raised kids and everything like that, you got to stay after it. It's not easy. And so, you know, that's what we want these guys to develop. We're always looking for teachable moments, right? So we want to teach them the game of football, but looking for a teachable moment and, you know, and this or that or whatever, you know, what are you going to do with this now? And I think that's hugely important. I mean, it's played a lot into my life. And, you know, I look back at all the different people, different coaches and men that either I played for or worked with that were huge examples to me on how to do it the right way. And it's been instrumental in my life.
Yeah. You know, one of the things I was gonna say is, you know, I know a lot of the kiddos that play, and it just, as much as, you know, I love them to death, they can drive me a little bit nuts, but they are amazing kids.
Yeah.
So you've got a great set of kids that we've kind of watched grow up, and you know, for any of those that aren't involved in football, really all of our athletics, I mean, these kiddos, these coaches are out there all summer long, all, you know, 7 days a week. It's really impressive.
No
the
rest,
things they're
really.
doing. No resting. I mean, kind of like he was saying about life, and you're going to raise kids, you know, can I have a wife, and you're going to be doing all these things. You got to keep at them.
It's a choice, right?
It's a choice.
Everything's a choice, and that is the freedom that we have, that we've been blessed with, is that we get the choice. And so these guys, they make the choice to be a part of this, and it's an investment, you know, because the whole year, you know, they're 7 o'clock in the morning, 4 days a week, and they're working out, and then it's 7-on-7, and then it's lineman challenge, and then, you know, we're doing summer strength and conditioning, and then practice starts at 6, and kids that are beat up and need treatment, you got to be there by 5, and, you know, varsity guys are up there on Saturday. So it's like, it is a massive commitment, and it's a massive commitment for families too, right? I mean, and sometimes, you know, I'm going to ask you, or you're going to have to give up some of the fun things in life to do the things that need to get done, and that's a great life lesson.
Yes.
You don't always get to do. Man, I really, really want to do this, but sometimes I have to give up something to be a part of something that's bigger than me.
Yep.
And not everybody gets a trophy.
No.
Yep. No.
You know, you got to work for those things.
And I talked to a young man the other day, and he was like, but you know, and it's just like, I work hard, coach. And I was like, I know you work hard, and I appreciate the fact that you work hard. But all those other guys out there are working hard too. I said, I'm working hard too. Mm-hmm. We have to find a way to be successful and to have the expectation that I'm going to put in. But the reward is not always exactly equal to how much work you put into something. And that's a life lesson. You know, you're going to put the work in regardless, and you just can't stop doing it. And that's that resiliency and the grit that it takes in life to just keep pushing through. You know, failures, setbacks, that's just part of life. Any businessman that I've ever listened to.
Well, that's what I was just going to say.
In business,
with our businesses, summer's been a little slow this year, you know, so we have to adjust. We have to keep fighting. We have to keep battling in the trenches.
In the tough times, if anything, you work harder when you're you know, and it's just, so it's, you know, Coach, like you're saying, I mean, it's a lot like life and business and any other, you know, job, and you know, and it's great.
I mean, you're always doing it,
but it doesn't stop.
Yeah, I mean, you're constantly planning, plowing, and tending, and you don't know what the outcome's going to be, and you don't know what the harvest is going to be, but you're constantly doing the same things over and over and over again. And that's, you know, I plant, I plow, I tend, I harvest, and I do the very, very best I can with what God's given me, and what more can be asked of me.
Well, how did preparation for Uvalde go this week?
It's been really good.
And how does Uvalde look on?
So let's
just talk a little football.
Uvalde, all right. So Uvalde's, you know, the thing about Uvalde is that's a town with a lot of pride, and I'm from the suburbs. I've said this before. I grew up in Sugar Land, and getting to be a part of Fredericksburg, to me, like if I was a player, because I get to be a coach, but man, to get to be a part of a place, a town with an identity that rolls in, and you know, you're red and white, and it's Fredericksburg, and you're the Battlin Billies, and there's a lot of history there. And so Uvalde is very similar to that. You know, they've got a lot of tradition too. So I like playing. I like it when we play the one horse towns. You know, like Burn It last week. I love that. Yes. You know, so anyways, you know, you go against Uvalde. They're going to be a tough football team. They always are. Very, very physical. They have a good quarterback. He's extremely athletic. Very good running back, and a couple of really pretty good wide receivers. So and big up front. So offensively, we're going to see 10% personnel. They switched their identity a little bit last week. Don't know why. We didn't notice any injuries, but they went from being, you know, about 50-50 run pass and mixing up lots of formations to they got into empty. And they were just empty, 3-by-2, doing all kinds of things. And so we don't know offensively exactly which team's going to show up. Defensively, they've been very consistent. They're an odd front, 2 high safety defense. They're going to blitz and bring pressure from different places. Good linebackers, good cornerbacks. They do a lot of man coverage with their corners, and they're going to play off safety, so then they're just going to come down the field. So good football team across the board, always is, and they do a great job of one of the things we talked about is you have to react. You know, I was talking about driving down the freeway at 75, right? So they're going to throw curveballs at you. That's one of the things they do is they've always got tricks up their sleeve. You know, a couple of years back, man, they threw a hook and lateral on us that slipped by, and so they're going to get into some things that they're going to just test your awareness and your discipline to make sure you're doing the right thing. So good football team. I feel like our preparation this week has been outstanding.
Awesome.
Like I said, finally getting a little bit healthy. So, you know, that's been really nice is having a almost full crew of guys out there. So it makes a difference.
I would imagine that makes a big difference.
Absolutely, right. How's the rest of the district stacking up?
You know, like I said, first week at district, and it's kind of been throughout the district. Davenport has been kind of rolling, and
man, that's a school that's come along pretty quickly.
They really have
in every sport.
Yeah,
I mean, what are they? 5 years old, 6?
Maybe 5. I can't remember exactly.
But anyway, but they've really
they've come on. You know, they're right there, and they're getting. They've done a great job over there. They keep telling me that their numbers are down. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, I don't believe him, but whatever. You know, realignment. So we'll take the numbers the last week of October. So those will be our realignment numbers going into February when we find out where everybody's going to be. And if they happen to go up, that'd be great with me. I wouldn't have a problem with it. But, you know, our district's been pretty solid across the gamut. Everybody's been, you know, winning some. Not every. I think Davenport's undefeated, but everybody else is just kind of in the mix. So as we come into district, everybody's you know, a little bit plus minus on their win losses, but you know, you get into district and things start to change. So
right on, because like we said, it's a whole new season when you start the district.
There, you know? Well, we really appreciate what you're doing with these guys.
I appreciate it. It's a great opportunity.
These guys are our future, and you guys are helping us get them there. You know, and it's a big thing.
Well, it's great to, you know, in being a part of this community. It's awesome to have the support that we have. It's awesome to see the boys get supported the way that they do. Coaching staff gets supported. So I felt like that this community supports our kids. You know, they support the teachers and the coaches that are doing their very best to prepare the kids. And I've always felt like this community is like they're bought into supporting the school and everything that we have going on. So, and you know, with all the divisiveness that you see constantly, it's awesome to see some unity and see people coming together and a common purpose and with a common goal.
Yeah, all get around the Billies and you know, really, like you say, not worry about all that we said the other day. It's one of those things you can do without your phone. You know, go to a ball game.
Put the dang phone down.
Go to a ball game. I can be having a horrible day, and I go to a ball game, and it's just a better day. Doesn't matter which ones. But I'd be in trouble if I didn't give a little shout out to the Billy moms.
Oh,
you know, they make a lot of noise.
Where's the noise?
Where's our Billy moms?
There's the noise.
They keep us going. Keep us going. So
Billy moms, you know, all the parents, but man, the Billy moms group, and I don't know exactly how the ins and outs, but man, they take care of our boys.
Yes.
And they take care of our coaches on the weekends. They feed us on Saturday. You know, we get in at 1 o'clock or whatever, and we're back up there usually 7. The drop dead time is 7:30, and then you work till around 4. Hallucinations kick in around 3 o'clock, but you know, they bring us up lunch and they feed our guys, and they take care of us when we're on the road and everything like that. And it's like a whole side job. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate
hats
all
off
those.
to the Billy Boosters too.
To
We
the Billy
had the
Boosters, yeah.
Billy Boosters on the show a while back.
Yep.
So hats off.
And all of our sports are doing well. My niece, the volleyball team's traveling and doing their thing. Everybody's busy,
Yeah.
and
This time of year, well, the entire time of year, everybody's
it really is,
Because spring it gets crazy. This time of year, it's like bigger teams and stuff because of football. But you got cross country, you got volleyball going on, you got golf going on, you got tennis, you got everything. It's just nonstop year round. So
yep,
I love it.
yes, sir. Well, no, we appreciate it very much, and we might bug you again at some point, man.
I appreciate
Yeah,
y'all having me.
right.
As the season goes along, and
Oh, absolutely.
Well, go get them.
It'd be great if we were doing this in December sometime.
we will do
he
that.
read my mind. I was going to say, hopefully we'll be back in December.
That'd be
sometime.
awesome.
Yes,
I love
sir.
it.
Well, we'll
Coach
be
Bill
following you
Wilder.
around.
Yeah,
yes,
thank
sir.
you.
Coach
Thank
Bill
you, guys.
Wilder.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank
Appreciate
you,
it,
sir.
man. Appreciate it.
Today, man, is the day of the Billies. I'm telling you, it's a lot of pride. Man, homecoming, game day. It's a big deal.
It is.
So exciting, man. So
when
we
you
got-
think football, you automatically think band.
yes,
The band. There's nothing more to lift spirits. That's why they call it spirit.
yes,
Than the band.
the band, and
The
and
drum corps.
I think
the
we call them the
horns.
pride of the Texas Hill Country. We have for a long time.
Amen,
So,
brother. There's a big reason for that. Because we all proud, no doubt about it. Well, let's bring the man on.
yes.
Our band director for the pride of the Texas Hill Country, the Fredericksburg High School Marching Band. Y'all give it up. Brian Hecimovich. I think I did it. Brian Hecimovich. Come on down.
Or as the kids say, Mystery.
I love it.
How are you today, man?
I'm doing very good. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I appreciate it. I'm very honored to be here.
Well, thank you for taking the time. We know you're a little bit busy this
sir.
time of year. So,
You know, the community of Fredericksburg supports the sports, but man, the band just gets so much.
it does.
So much
Yeah.
support, as you should, as
And
the
always,
band should.
it really
but
always has here in this
Yeah.
community.
But-
It's always been a big thing. I'm going back to my youth. I remember it.
I've been to several different schools in my career, and I think Fredericksburg in itself, band, football, academics, the town, they just support everything our kids are doing, and we got some good kids here, so it's really cool to be.
You
a part
know,
of.
I was going to say some of the things you get those kids to do. They've got to be amazing kids.
They
to,
are.
to really want to learn the way they
the
do.
best
and
band students in the state. That's what we got.
says a lot about the parents too.
It does say a lot about the parents. We've got a great community here.
We do.
You know, I'm a little biased, I guess, but
No, I'm loving it. I'm
it's a
loving it.
good
It's great.
spot. Good
Now, you,
spot.
Brian, you were band director in Blanco for what, about 7
I did
years?
7 years in Blanco.
So you came over from Blanco.
Well, I went to Hondo.
Oh.
and then
Oh, okay.
now I'm in Fredericksburg, and this is my 5th year this year.
Fifth year,
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Yeah, number 5, and it's been great. And so I think as we put together the team when I came here, every band director was new. I hired them all except for one, Miss Haley Spencer, who is our percussion director, and she's been fantastic. But it was a whole fresh start for the band program following COVID, and we've been together all 5 years now, and so we've really built something special.
I would imagine it takes a heck of a team to put together a production like you guys do. So
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
yeah, I'm sure.
A lot of practice.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of practice. Well, speaking of, is there some competitions coming up?
Sure. So this
weekend?
Yeah, this weekend we have the Hill Country Marching Festival here at Fredericksburg at the Battlin Billies Stadium.
That's exciting.
So we have 32 bands coming in, and so that's the biggest it's been in years and maybe ever. As far back as we can look, that hasn't been close. So we got some as far down as Raymondville and Orange Grove, down close to the coast and the border. And we got some schools from San Angelo and up near Austin, so just kind of all over the Hill Country area. And then after that, we go to a thing called U.S. Bands in Davenport, and then we'll be in Hondo for their contest, and then UIL season is here. UIL
Already?
Yeah, already. So we call it Bandtober because it's October. That's when all the band stuff is, and so we'll go to UIL on the 18th, I believe it is, and then we'll go to area following that, assuming we advance, which I'm pretty sure we will.
So we were lucky to get him on here.
I was just going to say,
coming.
Brian's timing.
I told you,
our
I
timing's
told you
good.
these two would be tough. Him
Yeah.
and Coach Wilder both, but yeah, it sounds like you got a heck of a lot going on.
A heck of a lot going on, but we have a great show this year. Our kids are rocking it, and so I feel like we'll have a longer season than usual, which is a good thing.
Now you got to. There's more going on than just like our marching band and so forth,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
You've got a jazz band that goes on.
Yes, we do. Jeremy Kinla is our jazz band director, and he's also the region jazz coordinator for our whole region. And we just hosted our jazz auditions for the all region jazz band. We had 16 students make the all region jazz band, and so there's only 40 spots total out of all the schools, and we got 16 of them, by far more than everybody else.
Wow.
So, and,
Dang near half.
Yes, exactly. And so 10 of those guys advanced onto area for a chance to go to state. That's still upcoming, but they'll
Cool.
advance.
That is awesome. So what we do here typically, we have a community guest and then a music guest, and you're the music guest
I'm
today.
the guy, all
But
right.
man, how cool would it be to have some of those kiddos on? you
Yeah,
know?
that'd be wonderful,
That'd
yeah.
be
Get them on here and perform a little
So
bit.
so what they can do.
I would
Yeah,
love
that would be
It'd be
great.
fun. We need to coordinate after you get done with your
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah, a little bit later down the line.
We'll
for
do
sure.
that in the winter or something.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
good. Yeah, I love it.
So how young do they start pretty young, right?
Yeah, sixth grade.
Sixth grade.
Well, and really elementary, we have elementary music programs. But when they join band, that's sixth grade, and that's when they're first, put the trumpet to their face and start playing, or put drumsticks in their hand. And so they go from sixth grade all the way up. And one of the cool things about what we're doing is we're a small school, but we're a bigger small school. So we have a good sized team, and we see them from sixth grade all the way up to the graduate.
All the way through. Yeah.
And so we get to be a part of that progression all the way through their school career.
And we were just talking with Coach Wilder, some of the parts of what he's doing is not just teaching them how to play football.
That's right.
He's teaching them how to be men and so forth. I would imagine with your kiddos, you guys, a big part of, from sixth grade through 12th.
Raising young men and women.
Men and women, yes,
Right.
I would imagine. And,
Yeah, we talk
through
about
all
that a
your
lot.
programs. And music's kind of cool. They can take that on the rest of their lives.
I said no matter what happens to you physically, you always can enjoy music or perform music for the rest of your life till your last days. And we also talk about there's plenty of band directors, there's plenty of musicians. We just want to be good people first, and so that's the first thing we talk about.
Yeah.
So,
How cool is that? As a parent, it's great to hear those kinds of things.
yeah, definitely.
What kind of what can we expect tonight at halftime for homecoming?
Okay, well, halftime we're going to crown the king and queen. So the band's going to perform after the game.
After?
Yeah,
Okay.
after the game.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So that's
All right.
traditional on homecoming. But this year's show is called Cosmic Frontier, and it's kind of the juxtaposition of a cowboy and outer space. And so there's lots of the Old West. There's the ecstasy of gold from the Good, Bad, and Ugly, that theme we're all used to hearing. But there's also like some exactly.
Judge, good job.
I was going there in my head, but of course JD had to go ahead and go there.
Right, yes. Well, that's one of the first things you'll hear, and then we go into some Star Trek themes, and then we end with "Ain't No Grave" by Johnny Cash.
I love it.
And so it's a real fun show.
Oh, that's going to be a fun one
Yeah,
tonight.
it's a great
That will
one.
be a good
I'm looking forward to that.
And we'll have all the props and costuming and everything out tonight. That'll be the first time we really do it. Is this performance?
And then how does that differ from competition?
So competition is just we have a little more time. The audience is a little more, quiet. Football game, they're expected to be rowdy, so they're going to be
Right.
rowdy, and we're glad they're rowdy for us too. But a competition, it's a little more serene kind of feeling, and it's just 100% focus on what the band is putting out. And so timing, we have certain timing restrictions we have to go by, and certain sound effects that can be used and cannot be used, and so just a little bit of variation on that. But mostly, those games are good runs for our competition.
Oh, you bet.
Yeah.
You bet you get those reps in. You got to do
Yeah.
that with music, just like anything
Just
else.
like anything
All
else.
the time. We talk about that. Put another good rep in the bucket, as Miss Spencer, our percussion director, always says. Put another good rep in the bucket, so we have a bucket full of them.
Yeah. It's amazing stuff, and there's a lot of moving parts with all these programs and for our community, the school district's out there working hard for the community's working hard for the district, and it's things are working the way they're supposed to work, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we have 140 kids in our program this year, in our high school program, and that's a substantial portion of the school population. So when we talk about the pride of the Texas Hill Country, we talk about that with our students, being the pride of the school and being there. Yes, we're there to support the team and put on our own performance, but it all works together in this big, mosh pit of school. And, I'm glad you had Coach Wilder on before me, because there's not a better guy to work with.
He's great.
Good, I'm glad.
He does such a great
and
job.
Wendy Dietrich, our athletic director, and all the coaches.
She's
they're just
amazing.
wonderful.
And,
yeah, they're great people.
Yeah, it takes all of them.
Takes a village.
And
FISD's a great example of being a village and everybody pitching in and doing a great job.
Yeah, I'm a little biased there too, but yes.
Well, you'll hear that across every school and community, but I've been to a few of them. I got some background in that, and I can say that's definitely the truth here.
Well, that's amazing to hear, and we appreciate your time, Brian, and anything else you wanted to share with
anything you want to add before we wrap up?
Yeah, I just want to tell you guys, we have great kids, and I know I've said that already, but I just want to reiterate that they're working really hard. They put in a lot of hours. We were up here till 9 o'clock the last 2 nights, putting in rehearsal time. And just go out and support them and support kids in all activities and what they're doing, because
that's a good point.
There's a lot in this world that we can look down on, but there's a lot of positive. You just got to go look for it a little bit, and there's a lot going on in our town. That's really wonderful.
There's a lot of good stuff, and we were talking about with Coach Wilder, just you go into a ball game, go to a performance, those sort of things. I mean, you don't need your phone for it, you don't need a computer for it, and it's uplifting, and it's enjoyable, and you're doing a great thing for these kids who are doing a great thing for our community. Go out and represent us, and all good stuff.
Yes. I love it.
Yep. Happening right in front of you.
Yes, sir.
Billy Pride Ibarales.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes,
Brian,
sir.
Thank you for joining us on the Judge and JD Show. Appreciate it.
Honored to
Yes,
be here.
sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Man, that was exciting. That was a great show.
I'm all pumped up.
Man, I am wound up after those two came on. I'm ready to get out there myself.
Yeah, right. It's going to be a great night
And
tonight.
those kiddos are going to have so much fun out there. All of them, the ones watching the game, in the game, the band, everybody's it's going to be a pretty cool thing.
Looking forward to it.
Good stuff. Next week, we're going to have Oktoberfest. We're going to talk about Oktoberfest up here. If you're coming to town, we'll have some information for you. If you're coming to town, have a ball. Just don't drink and drive. Call JD. Weinheimer Tours.
830-329-6608. 830-329-6608. We'll get you home safe.
Come out and see the Billies tonight.